Hi guys, I'm Nico and welcome back to my channel. It's a bit of a miserable day here in Beijing, so what better thing to do than a Q&A. I'm also doing this because we reached a few milestones last week, which we're super happy about. Got 2,500 subscribers, already we've got a load more, which is amazing. And also we got 50,000 views on our first video, which again is already on 51,000, which is just incredible. It shot up so much in a week as well. And we just want to say a big thank you. We're just really happy that we've got hit these milestones. They may seem quite small, but to us, it's a really big achievement and we really appreciate all the support from everyone. So we thought we'd give back by answering a few questions. If you aren't a subscriber, then what are you waiting for? Subscribe to our channel and, we really appreciate it. So if you are a subscriber, thank you for your support. And yeah. So I asked on a few different platforms if there was any questions. Mainly people have answered me on Instagram. Instagram is my main platform for engagement and talking to people about different things about China. You can see a little bit more about my life in China and also photographs from different places. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, then my handle is WeAreNico, so give me a follow and you can see a little bit more into my life. YouTube's great for our videos, but I also am very active on Instagram, so have a look at that. Okay, so let's get started. So the first question is, where did you grow up? So I answered last time, where are you from? So I'm from the UK, but where did I grow up? Well, I grew up in a small town called Morpeth in the northeast of England. So it's in a place called Northumberland. Most people haven't heard of this. If you don't live in England, you probably don't know the counties very well, but it's close to a city called Newcastle. So it's in the northeast city called Newcastle. It's about 20 minutes away. Newcastle's great. I love it. That's what I normally tell people, oh, I'm from Newcastle, because a lot of people don't know where Northumberland is or Morpeth on that matter. But it's great. It's got surrounded by countryside. It's like 15 minutes from the beach. It's a really beautiful area. As a kid, I felt, oh, it's not great. There's nothing to do. But now that I'm an adult, I appreciate it a lot more. And every time I go home, I love it. But I haven't lived there for quite a while since I went off to uni, which was a long time ago. So it's still my home and my parents still live there, which is amazing. But I don't know if I'll go back there to live, but you never know. Okay, so let's have a look. Someone asked, what is your favourite type of music? This is quite a difficult question because I love music, so I don't really have a favourite. I like different types of music for how I'm feeling. So I often listen to a lot of Motown music and 60s music, disco, 80s. I like to go see bands. If I'm going out, I like to go see DJs, listen to house music, dance till 6 a.m. I like to get drunk with my friends in their living rooms and rap and listen to R&B music from when we were kids. So I kind of like a lot of different music styles. I'm not so big into pop music and maybe rock music. And also, because I've been living in China, the music's very different here. The only music you kind of hear is either obviously Chinese pop music or very commercial stuff, which I'm not really into. So I'm more into stuff, old music from back in the day. So yeah. On this sort of theme, someone asked, what is your favourite movie? Okay, well, I'd love to say something really cool like, oh, I love this cult classic film, this beautiful black and white cultured film, but really that's not me. And actually my favourite film is Mean Girls. I love Mean Girls. It's so funny. I've watched it so many times. Every day in my life warrants a Mean Girls quote. Yeah, I feel a good film, my favourite film for me is one that you can watch over and over again. So I've just seen it so many times. That I've seen Napoleon Dynamite. I love that. Also, me and my best friends used to watch a film called Friday with Ice Cube in, every week when we were younger, and we know all the words and the soundtrack's great. And Yeah, so there's some of my favourite films. Leave me a comment below and let me know your favourite film, because I'd like to give it a watch and see that you're probably a lot more cultured than I am. Okay. What's your motivation to film travelling videos, and do you plan to visit other places in the world? Well, we've always been quite motivated to film travel videos because we just really enjoy it. We're really passionate about it. My boyfriend, when he did a ski, when he was training to be a ski instructor, he made ski videos. And then when we went traveling to South America, we made videos there as well, because we just wanted to show our friends and our family and like have them for when, you know, when we grow old, like we've got these videos of all these amazing things that we've done. And so that's really why we started. When we moved to China, we noticed that there was a bit of a gap in the market and there wasn't so much information available for people coming here. So we thought, okay, well, let's, you know, start a YouTube channel and we'll try and provide that information. But for us, obviously, travel is like our main passion. And so this is what we love, to visit the new cities, and we love to visit different countries and make videos about that as well. Do you plan on visiting other places in the world? Well, yes, obviously we love to travel. I mean, we haven't really got any holidays planned yet. We're planning something quite exciting for October, so watch this space. Hopefully that'll happen. But when we eventually do decide to leave China, then we will probably go traveling again for like maybe a year or something, do a big stint traveling somewhere and make some videos about different countries that we're going to travel to then. But don't know when we're leaving China, so who knows when that'll be. What's your biggest, wildest dream? Wow, well, I mean, my biggest dream would probably like to get paid to travel and make these videos, whether it's for my YouTube or whether it's being like a travel TV presenter, because that would be amazing. Like if I could be a TV presenter for like BBC Travel or National Geographic or Discovery, Lonely Planet, I don't know, any of these amazing travel channels, that would be my biggest dream. But it's probably not going to happen, so hopefully things will happen with YouTube and then have my own. Okay, so the next one says, have you been to the giant, luxurious megacity that is London? Well, I'm from England and London is my capital, so yes, of course I've been to London. It's an amazing city. Most people, if they're traveling to England, then they will go to London, but there's so many other great cities in England as well. I mean, I'm a northern girl, so you know, I prefer northern cities, but London is great. There's loads of stuff to do, especially like as a tourist, so many sights to see. A lot of my friends live there, so it was great to go visit them and actually see more of a local side, because for me, traveling is more the local experience than all the touristic sites. Like they're the memories that I remember more, is all the little things that I've done, rather than like going to visit this big monument. How long have you lived in China, and what are your favourite and least favourite things about living there? So I'm going into my 3rd year living in China now. This week, I think we moved to Beijing last year, and we were living in Nanjing the year before. So that's how long we've lived here. I answered my favourite things last time, so I'll keep it short. I love the food. I love the dancing ladies in the parks. I love the smells everywhere. I love to pay with WeChat. Yeah, there's loads of things that I love about living in China. My least favourite thing, haven't answered this one before actually. My least favourite thing is the roads. So I didn't really feel this problem so much when I lived in Nanjing. I've noticed it more since I've moved to Beijing, and that's probably because I bought an electric scooter when I moved to Beijing so I could get around. And you kind of, because I'm on the road, I realise more that the roads are really dangerous and people aren't the best at driving. Cars just do whatever they want to do. Red light, doesn't matter. Scooters are the same. you know, the scooters, they ride on the pavement, which I think is really dangerous. They go the opposite way on the road. They just cut behind cars so you can't really see them. I just don't think it's very safe the way that a lot of people drive here. Also, like push bikes. Now it's summer, everybody's got the mobikes, and they're like cycling like this in the bike lanes, or they're on their phone and they're cycling. Like, get off your phone. Why are you on your phone? Can't you just wait 10 minutes until you reach your destination to ring that person? It's just really dangerous. Also, pedestrians like to walk on the road a lot. I get this when there's no path, but if there's a huge path, why are you walking on the road? It's so dangerous. So it's quite stressful, and every night I just get a little bit stressed because the roads are not great here. One thing that I do notice is actually the buses are really good at driving here. I mean, see, they're huge, and they should have right of way for everyone because they're the biggest thing, but they seem to be really like quite calm and let people go, and yeah, good bus drivers. Well done, Beijing. So yeah, that's my least favorite. I mean, I love living in China. Obviously, there's other stuff that I don't like as well, but you know, that's the same as in the UK. So many things that I don't like about the UK, but there's things I like too. So, you know, anyway, I'm sure there's some great drivers out there, obviously, but anyway, why did you pick China? I've answered this before in the last Q&A. I rambled on quite a bit, so I'll keep it kind of short. We picked China because we were in South America and we just wanted something completely different. And so I've always been quite interested in China. My mum's been a few times, and it's just seemed like this really amazing place. So we thought, let's have a look in China. There was loads of opportunities and it just felt right. So that's why we moved to China. And yeah, we don't regret it. It's amazing. I love it. Day-to-day life in China. Well, I mean, my day-to-day life in China is probably very similar to your day-to-day life back home. Obviously, I find China really interesting. Even just going to the supermarket, super interesting because there's loads of different foods that I've never come across before. But, you know, I get up, I go to work, I have my breakfast. I mean, at my job, it's a little bit different because I am a kids TV presenter for like an education company. So I spend the morning usually filming an episode, then I have my lunch, I go to the gym, maybe in the afternoon I'll like check over some of the previous episodes, I'll look at like the lessons that we're gonna film, maybe we'll have a meeting, then I'll finish work, I'll go home, I'll make my dinner, I'll sit on my sofa and watch Netflix, go to bed. So I mean, yeah, it's just I get up and I go to work just like everybody else. Obviously at the weekends we spend a lot of time making our own films, so they're a little bit different. You know, I've probably spent a few weeks researching, planning, finding like the location, what we're going to talk about. We go to it. It's like a bit crazy, but yeah, just normal life. What is the best place to eat in Beijing? And someone else asked like food recommendations in Beijing. Oh my God, this list could go on forever. There's so many good places to eat in Beijing. And obviously it's the capital city. There's just so many. And it also depends on what you want to eat. I mean, for me, I love the little like hole in the wall restaurants, which I would have no idea what any of them are called because I can't read Chinese. And there's so many that you could just go to any of them and they'd be amazing. But some of my big recommendations are, there's a place called Jingsun, I think, and it's a Peking duck place, and it's really good. I took my parents twice when they came to visit because it's really reasonably priced as well. They do great duck, they do these really great like peppered mushrooms, they've got a really big menu. You can order just so many dishes and it would be cheaper than a meal back in the UK for like 2 people. So I definitely recommend there. There's another duck place called Siji Min Fu, which we've been to a few times as well, and I really like the duck from there. It's a little bit fancier, but Jingsun's like a really good hearty place. Also, I went on the Lost Plate food tour recently. I made a video about them, so you can check that out. And some of the places that they took us to were so good. Like, I personally loved the jjajangmyeon place, which is like Peking noodles, because I eat these quite a lot. But the place that they took us to, the best that I've had, and they took us to a really good Mongolian barbecue. And yeah, I mean, if you're coming to visit Beijing, you're just here to travel, I definitely recommend taking this tour because it takes you to some great places that you'd never find. And I don't know the names of any of them because they're all in Chinese, so check out the tour. Also, I just did a Western food video because there's loads of good Western food here in Beijing. So some of my favorites are Nina's, which is an Italian, Ara Factory, which is like pub food, which tastes just like pub food back in the UK, which is amazing. So check that out if you want to have a look more of that. But I mean, there's just so many things. It's like Mexicans, Vietnamese, Japanese, Peruvian. Like, you can get everything here in Beijing. So the list could go on forever. There's just so much good food. Just try everything. Okay, so the next one is, can you buy double D plus bras in China? I heard they don't go that big. Well, like, unfortunately, I've never really had the need to buy them, so I don't really know the answer to this question. Maybe someone can leave a comment and tell me, but I would go on the assumption that no, you can't buy them that big because the girls in China are very petite, and so maybe they don't go up that big. Bring them from home if you can. I think it'd probably be your best option. I mean, I bought some stuff from H&M before, but I'm not that big, so I didn't really look to see if they went bigger. So yeah, that would be my advice. If you're a little bit of a weird size, not just but for anything, you know, if you're really tall, if you've got really big feet, or really, well, actually small feet's fine, but like, then I would just bring it. It's just easier. What did you do to make new friends when you moved to Beijing? Well, I came with my boyfriend, so already had a friend, great. And also the guy that I worked with, I already knew him and I knew some of the people that he was friends with. So he introduced me to a few new people, which was really great and a really nice introduction to the city. But other ways to meet people, actually a few people have contacted me on Instagram and been like, I'm moving to Beijing, can we meet up for a coffee? I've met a really great friend on Instagram doing this, and you know, we still meet up quite a bit, and it's just, you know, we've all been in this position before, so I'm happy to meet people for a coffee and tell them some good places to visit. And because Beijing is a huge city, it can be a little bit overwhelming, so that's another option. Also, there's loads of sports clubs that you can join if you're a bit sporty. Like, I've started playing netball at the British Embassy. I used to love netball back home, so I meet some new friends there. My friend, she plays volleyball, it's football. It's probably like any sport that you can think of. You could find some team that play. So that's a really good option. There's a thing called Internations, which you can join, and they have meetups for people that have just come to the city. So you can join like meetups and meet some new people that way. Also, like WeChat groups, Facebook WeChat groups. I'm in loads of WeChat groups. I'm in like a girls gone international group, which is great. They have loads of events and you can do loads of stuff and meet people that way. Also, sort of expat bars is another great place to meet people because, you know, expats hang out, people want to watch sports and have a drink, so you can just start talking to people. So yeah, there's some ideas for you. Hopefully you meet some friends. Next it says, how long will you stay in China, and are you planning on staying in China for the long term? Well, originally we said 1 year that we'd stay in China, and then it went to 2, and now it's 3, and every year we say, okay, this is our last year, but we keep staying because we enjoy it, we've got a good life here, and so why leave? But I don't think we'll be here forever, but you never know. Okay, so it says, do people ask to take photos with you? I hear that in some Chinese towns, they've never seen a blonde person before. Yeah, I mean, people do. I found it maybe a little bit more in Nanjing, but here in Beijing, people are a little bit more used to it because there's lots of tourists that come to the city. So, you know, people are a bit more used to seeing foreigners. At some like big tourist sites, then I still get people asking because it's Chinese tourists as well come to the tourism sites. Yeah, I can imagine that in some Chinese towns, they probably haven't seen a blonde person before. So we do get stared at quite a lot because my boyfriend, he is quite tall and he's got this big beard. And obviously we've always normally got a camera in our hand. So people stare at you and it can be a little bit weird at first and a little bit intimidating, I guess. But I found that a smile goes a long way. And if you smile at them, then usually they smile back at you and they're like, oh, okay, right. They're just interested, which, you know, it's kind of nice, I guess. It's a bit weird, but it's nice. Like, people want to take my photo, fine, come be in it, you know, whatever. What do you miss most about home? I miss loads of stuff about home. Obviously, I miss my friends and my family the most. I miss living by the beach. I miss food. I mean, I love the food here in China, don't get me wrong. There's so many good things to eat, but there's like really weird things that I miss. Like, I miss being able to go to Lidl's and get like a frozen garlic bread. Or like put in a like nice frozen pizza in the oven because they're not that great here. Yeah, I actually don't even have a toaster here. I miss a toaster. But yeah, so there's a lot of food things, but you know, it makes going home great because you get to see all your family and friends and you get to eat all these great foods that you miss, and yeah, it's great. So what do you do when you want to relax? Well, as you can imagine, China is a bit crazy and it's loud and there's loads of people everywhere. So when I want to relax, generally I will just stay in my house because I live in a little hutong and it's really quiet and nice. And so I'll just sit on the sofa and watch Netflix, and that's what I find relaxing. It's nice to go to parks and stuff. I find the parks here really relaxing too. But obviously if it's a beautiful day, it's really busy. There's loads of people there. But, you know, there's always like women dancing and like music playing and like old men playing games together. And, you know, there's something really nice about that. So that's another way that I like to relax. How do you choose the soundtracks for your videos? Oh, well, I mean, this is like a job in itself. This is such a long and lengthy process to choose the soundtracks for our videos. We usually have to like put like a day aside, and we use a site called Epidemic Sound, and we have a subscription to that. So it's really useful because you can just download however many songs you need, which is great, and it's like unlimited. So we'll like go on there, and it's quite time consuming because you have to listen to all the songs. But if we find some that we think would be useful, we'll like download a load of them and write notes about them. Like, this will be a really good soundtrack for a beach film or a city film or a slow film or a fast film, and make some notes. And then when we come to make that film, we can just look in our library and be like, oh, okay, these are all for the beach film. Let's have a listen. Okay, that'll be a good one. If we can't find one, we have to do the process all over again. You usually find, you usually find what you're not looking for. It takes a while to find what you really want. So yeah, it can be quite a long process because sound's really important. Like a soundtrack to a film, it can make or break like a video, because if people find it annoying, then they're going to switch off. So it's quite an important part. So if you don't do that, I recommend spending a bit of time on thinking of good soundtracks. Hopefully you think ours are. Which software do you use for editing your videos, and how much do you charge for editing your clients' videos? So we use Adobe Premiere to edit. that's what we've always used. It's, you know, it's the best. It's great. Really good at, like, we love it. So how much do we charge? Well, it really depends on, like, every client is different. It depends on how much work is going to go into it. It depends how much time. It depends on who the client is, like how long it's going to all take. And just, yeah, everything's just like a case by case basis, really, because you can't just have a flat rate. You need to, every client is different. So yeah, it really all just depends on what that person needs. So if you want to work with us and thinking about hiring us, then yeah, get in touch and we can talk more about potential collaborations, because we are always up for that, and we can see what we can do. And that, I think, is the last question. Last time I missed one, so I'm just going to check. Yeah. Oh, okay, so that's the last question. So I hope you're still watching, and I appreciate if you are. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A, and I'll probably do another one again at some point. Like I said, always watch my Instagram, look at my Instagram, because I have loads of stuff on there and I'm always asking questions. And also I'm always trying to get advice from you guys about what videos you like, because, you know, you're the ones who are watching it. So I appreciate all the feedback. Love it when you leave comments, as long as they're nice comments, because some people leave mean comments, and you know, that's just not very nice. Like, don't leave a mean comment on my YouTube, because I'm a person and you know, that, why would you do that? So yeah, nice comments please. I appreciate them all. I love reading them, and I hope you enjoyed this Q&A, and I hope you keep watching all of our videos. And yeah, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you next time.